All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the Pleasure Dome. Welcome back to Project What's EF. And through today's round window, boys and girls, it's the letter W for welding. Yeah, that's it. We're going to be getting onto the sill and we're going to be sorting that bad boy out. So come join me as I totally screw this up. My name's Craig and I'm exhausted. Right, before we start, just a few things. So you can buy these repair panels from Mike Satter. So if you need some of those, go online and have a look at those. About £100 per side. So they'll obviously do the job better than I'm going to do the job. I wanted to have a go at doing it myself. So that's the first thing. Secondly, Wheatley's workshop, he's done some work on a MGTF and he did his sills as well. So shout out to him for those videos. That's helped me think about how I'm going to do this job today. And thirdly, and last but not least, subscriptions. I'm almost at 1,000 now, 982 or something like that. So really close to getting over 1,000. This will be my 20th video. So take a bit of time out, hit that subscribe button. Cheers, guys. Right, I'm gonna quick go and see how far this has gone then. It's a bit bubbling here, feels really weak. So let's have a butcher's at this then, shall we? So I was worried about that, but that looks like a dent. So I think that's corrosion. It's quite solid along there. This is no surprise, is it? I was hoping not to go above this line here because I don't want to break that. You can see the line in the light. I don't want to break that really. So that's getting very close to doing that. So, but it feels. We'll have a look at that there when we cut it. But yeah, so shall we go around this corner, shall we? Looks pretty solid. I mean, I've got away with that bit, hasn't I? That's good news that bit is solid. So that's great. It's a little bit gone down here, but it's not too bad. Can't bend it, so it's still got enough to weld to, I think. So that's great news. I mean, this corner here, there's a bit of hole there, but this corner here doesn't look too bad either. So, right, as I said, trying to keep it below this line here. I've got two lines to work with, haven't I? I've got this line, I've got this line here in terms of blending the paint back in. So when you're doing this kind of stuff, you've got to think ahead. Because I'm not painting this whole panel, and matching metallics, we know is difficult. I did a reasonable job on the front, but I don't really want to be doing it into here because that's going to be a nightmare. So I've got this line here I can blend in, or this line here. So I'm going to target this line, noting I've got some rust there, so hopefully it's not going to go too far past this point. You're supposed to leave a good inch around the patch. I'm coming up to about here. Okay, so we need to put the, need to mark this bad boy up, I think. So about here should be my target. I probably want to come along like this, and then we can go up, can't we? Around that bit there. This might be difficult. Now I'm not sure what's going to happen in this corner. If I come back down and go around that like that, that might be good because I can keep that blend there and just have to deal with that rad there. So should we try that? Come back down there and then I'm coming like that, can't I? So as I said, underneath there's a hole here, but there's this slight step out in the sill where you've got the subframe mounting point behind it. So what would be ideal if I don't need to go around that corner. So I think I'm okay with that. So I'll come down here and come down there and cut it along there. Okay. Right, let's get the cardboard. Not sponsored by Amazon, but you know, I'm open to offers. So if we stick that on there. It's a bit blowy today, gang. The weather is changing. You can feel it getting slightly warmer, but it's probably about 7 degrees at the moment. I booked the day off. I booked the day off work today to try and fit it in, and this was the best day in terms of weather and my availability. But it's a bit blowy, I tell you. It's a bit blowy out there. We don't like it. We don't like the blowiness. Right, let's try and bring that all the way around there. And the best thing to do is oversize your panel, and then you can trim it down, can't you? So what I'm gonna do now, just grab my mold grips, get my mold grips, and then grab it on it. I need to cut it. It's going to be on this corner right there. Trim this down. Now come in, just dip it along there. Cool. I'll bend around like that. That's pretty snazzy. Which way would you go? Got two options. You've got that one. Oh, you've got the other one. I think the other one. Bend that bad boy in. And go along there like that. I think that's probably the better option, isn't it? Right, the metal work. So this is just some sheet metal I bought from B&Q, so a local hardware store. Cost me like £9, so nice and cheap. I was considering using the old bonnet for that, but it's got curves in it and paint on it, and I couldn't be bothered, and this will save me some time. So we're going to go with this. There's a little bit cut out of the corner. I was just practicing my suspect welding the other day. So we'll go up here. It's always best where you can to use a straight edge. So I'll use this straight edge here. That's about spot on that is. It's going to come down like that, but this bit, and straight along here. Cool. And I'm going to go up there. I've got an old diamond disc on here, and it's been okay for general stuff. But when you cut with it, it really burns up the edges. So I've got myself some thin 1mm cutting discs. So hopefully they'll be a bit better. We'll see, won't we? Right, cool. Need to tidy that bad boy up now. Right, I'm just going to tickle the edges with this grinding disc. Obviously, don't want to make it too thin, so just take off the rough stuff. Right, now I just use the file to make sure that this is sharp. Because the last thing you want to do, guys, is cut your hand open. It doesn't have to be too neat because we're welding most of it, aren't we? But got to be safe on your hands. It's always best to go forward and across at the same time. It's like if you go like that, you're going to have divots in it and it's going to be unlevel. So forward and across. Makes it nice and even and level. Right, now we've got that, I need to work out where to bend it, don't I? I could just put it on the car and bend it. And I've got this. I can work out my angle. Slide across like that. And that angle is pretty, the angle's pretty consistent as you move forward, so that's good. So we've got the angle there. Okay. That's pretty much a right angle at the back. So that's my angle. Right. Now if I try to bend this round here, then that bit's going to clash, isn't it? So I think the first thing we should do is potentially bend that back bit, get me the right angle. Well, by the time I rotate round, that's flat. That's got to come sticking up. So I need to bend it this way. I just want to check one thing because I'm going from this line here, but by the time I get to this end, is it the same height or does it slightly come out at a different angle given that the sill flares slowly to the back? So let me just take my template back and check. Right, so I'm thinking on my feet here, guys. So I've been back and put my template and rechecked that line. Got to be fully aware though, that I've not taken any of the old metal work off yet, so it's going to be slightly thicker here, isn't it? So the line's going to be slightly back a little bit. So I've got two options. I bend it now, I try and fit it like that, or I go and do some grinding, cut some metal work out, Right, we're gonna have a quick go at getting this whole bit of metal off. Not damaging the inner sill piece. So chiseling this should reveal the location of the spot weld, I think. Right, spot weld there, one there. Let's not go any further there because I want to cut that. So I need to get my disc and cut it. Let's try cutting this then. Oh, like butter. Right, so you can see there's a spot weld there, one there, and one there. That's one of the pieces of metal I want to obviously keep that bit really solid. So we need to just clean all that up. I don't need to chase all this rust out. I just need it reasonably clean. I need to neutralise that with my rust treatment. So that'll be my next stage after I've done this. So I'll give that time to work. And then we can weld to that surface, can't we, later? All right. There we are. Okay. Quick butchers at the rest of it. So up in here there's dirt. You can't really see that. That's pretty solid there. So that's good. Again, need treating. That's solid as well. So I need to take this bit off here. So we'll go that whilst we're here, yeah? You know what, that is pretty solid under there. So I'm still very tempted to not go around there like that, but come down here. But I'm going to get more distortion if I do that on this thin plate. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out. Again with a chisel. And I need to cut that there. Right, that's all the rust cut out. So I just need to get my patch plate now fitted. And then once I've got that fitted, I can just trim these edges. Right, I just remeasured that with a template. That line's still fine. The thickness of the line and the amount of material we've removed. There's no surprise. What I did check though was whether it was parallel to the bottom, i.e. straight across, or it came down at a slight angle. And I think it does come down at a slight angle. So I'm going to just bend on this line here. Just bend this over by hand first. Just really screw the vise down. I've kind of slightly gone off my line here, so we might have to fettle that a little bit around that corner. Okay, that's that done. Let's go and have a look at that bad boy. Put that in there like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Right, what I'm trying to do now is trying to get this radius of this bend here. So I'm trying to find something that looks, that's not too bad actually, I think. So if I use that, and what I've tried to do here as well is mark up by looking on here and then putting that bit back in where the bend starts. So I've obviously got that joint to make. So if I put that on there like that, I should be able to bend that round and hope for the best. It's going to go in here, and I've got a long piece then. I'm going to use it in here instead of my vise. Just try that. Then we need to make sure we get the bend in the right direction, so we need to bend it that way. Undo that slightly. Feed that in. Tighten that up. Move it around. Double, triple checking that that's pointing down, so I definitely want to bend this way toward me. Trying to do this by hand. Then I can come and look that way at my bend and look at this here. See my angle? Okay. Oh, seriously, dude. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay. That's pretty good. Let's try that. You know what? That is pretty good, man. Oh yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Magic. That's magic. I'm happy with that. Bit of fettling maybe at the back. Should we try and do these pieces now? See, that radius is too big for that, so I need a smaller radius on that one, I think. I'll try with this handle on this piece of wood. Kind of got the bit where it needs to come together. That needs to be at the top, so as you bend it, this corner there starts to bend, so that bit comes together nice and square, which I think it is. So we'll push that over and have a look at it. So we're pretty much after a right angle on this one. Well, that looks really good, so let's just undo that. Right, okay, that's the start. We need to go again on this piece. Right, this is getting really tricky because I've already bent this. So what I'm going to do is bend this and then bend this piece now, because I can't bend that with this already bent. So I need to bend that first and then bend this back. I think that'll work. In fact, I can use that to guide it, can't I? Should be spot on. Right, bear with, guys. There's definitely a level of learning as we go here, isn't there, going on? This isn't really my finest hour, but we are slowly making progress. I think if I can bend that around there, similar to that, I can then put it in the vise. Gotta screw this vise down. It's a proper workbench, kids. And then, well, that's rubbish. That's totally rubbish. So I need to go further. Right, so we're making good progress here, guys. This is the underside. There's a little bit of a dent there. I'm not really worried about that. This top bit looks pretty nicely shaped around this radius. That's good. And around there. Obviously, bending that to the right angle, I've got an overlap here, so I need to zip through that and sort that overlap out. And that looks like it might be slightly out on the back bit. Growing radius. I might need to just shrink that down. That looks pretty good. That's a bit pointy there. We can deal with that, can't we? Let's go and see if she'll fit, shall we? That's good. Put that right in there. Okay. To bend these out a little bit. That's spot on, that is. So I'll come down there to join that. That's wicked. Really good on that radius. Knock that in, can't we? So I need my pencil. Start marking this up. Trimming this back slightly oversized. And then I can start, once I've got it slightly oversized, I can then just trim this back, can't I, to match it. So that's the plan. So I'm going to cut out around here now. I'm going to take my time and cut out less and then remove it as I go. But we're getting there. Right, progress is slow and steady, right? So I've cut this piece here now. As I try to put that in there, the whole thing's needing to go a bit further back. So I've just got to manipulate this a little bit. So we're really in the final stages of fettling now. So really taking my time. Cannot afford for this to go wrong now. Put so much time and effort into this already today. So what I've done is I've put some paint around this edge here. Just make sure that's all nice and clean. The plan is to put this in place and then use that paint to tell me where the edges are. This is quite tricky, so I don't get paint everywhere. I've got a magnet at the bottom in there, press along there, and if I carefully take this off, I now have my outline of edges, which is cool. Right, let's have a look. It's not going to quite fit, but it's going to get closer. I think that's right. Let me fill that bit at the back later. Right, just mark this up with a straight edge, and I think I've got to trim this bit. Going to put a new disc on. Faithful. That's what we need. We need faith in this. This is the final few cuts, guys. I should be able to drop this in. So. Oh, making me really nervous. Right, so I lost you guys for a little bit. Battery issues, so I've recharged and I'm back. Right, so I've got some red oxide primer in there. That's all dried and I've taken it off the edges where I need to weld. I've red oxide the inside of that. I've used my hole punch to put some holes in there, and my hole punch won't reach those ones, so I've had to drill some holes for there. So I'm just going to put you on the tripod and then try to fit that magnet wise and put some tacks on it, I guess. So it's going to need some fettling as we weld, but it's good enough to start, I think. So I'm going to start just there and then probably over here, and then we'll work my way to get it flat and flush. It's far from brilliant, but it's tacking. That's all we need at the moment. It's hard upside down. That's not tacking very well, is it? Oh my god, that's crap. Clean that up a little bit. Let's start that again now. Bit more penetration. I put up to the third setting on this one. It's not too bad. Bring this out so I can go down. Oh, that's pretty good. Right, I managed to get a bit more done off camera, guys. So that is me done for the day. I think I've done enough to grind. So there's a lot of weld material on here. I had it on quite high power, and I managed to fill in all what I can see in terms of gaps. I'm going to have to grind this back, obviously, and there's going to be more gaps to go at, but you can see there, look, that seam's welded, these plugs are welded in, and so the light's crap, and the plugs under there are welded in, and it looks crap. But once it's dressed back and then I have another go over, I think that's going to be okay. But let's just look at the shape of it for the moment. I mean, the profile of it. You put a straight edge on there as well, and it's pretty damn good there. I mean, the curvature as well is really good around there and around there. So grinding that back, I think it's going to look pretty good. Bit more welding once I've ground it back, fill some of the pinholes. It's a bit pigeon shit at the moment, isn't it? But I'm quite happy with that. Looks pretty good. My first attempt at bodywork repair. Not bad, is it? Welding's crap, but it's not bad. Right, that's it, guys. I'm going to call it a day there. It's been a really long day and it's really cold outside. I'm freezing now, so I'm going to call it a day. I was hoping to get more done today. Bit of grinding, bit of filling, priming, ready for paint. But shaping this has just taken longer than I thought it would, and I just wanted to really take my time. So I'm happy with where I am. I'd normally get annoyed that I haven't progressed as far as I would like to have done or I had planned, but in this case, this was the really difficult bit. I just wanted to take my time and get it done right, and that's done right now. So that's great. So I'm really moving in the right direction. So as I said, a bit of tidying up to do, and then we'll do some filling and painting. But we'll do that in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Please click subscribe, like, and share. You guys watching this makes it easier and more bearable to brave the cold. So thanks for that. Look after yourself. My name's Craig, and I'm exhausted. Take care.